Hi, Davi here, and today we have a new episode in the art review series here on YouTube. And today we'll be checking out the work of Harui here on X or Twitter. So I did. Oh, are they a VTuber? I'm not sure, but I did find their work fascinating. Obviously, this one got my attention. I found this on my timeline, and I was like, "Oh shit, I have to feature this artist." But obviously, by checking their media tab, I do like in their work in general. It's very colorful, very just bright, I guess, like very saturated sort of concepts here or illustrations. Reminds me a little bit of a Yoni Yamamai, a little bit, the colors. There's also another famous one. Well, there are plenty of like famous anime sort of artists who just like to add a lot of color in their work. But obviously, Harui is one of them. So we have, I'm not sure if some of these, some of these would have to be like OCs, original characters, or fan art. Look at that. I do like the cleaner look. The forms themselves are a bit more animated, more exaggerated, but the actual like rendering is fairly flat. Like there's no texture within that. So I think that's a good balance where the shapes, the silhouettes are so like wild and crazy, but the rendering is like, yeah, there are some like soft edges here, as you can see, but the textures are not as like apparent. Although if you look at the background, look at the palm trees and the clouds, they feel a little more like textured. But I guess it kind of makes sense because if you look at the character right now, I think this is some kind of print of theirs, but yeah, there's no textures. But look at the amount of like hard versus soft rendering, right? And there's a lot of like lighting sort of effects happening. So I think it balances itself out, right? I love this poster, by the way. Obviously, there you go. That's it. Look at that, right? Oh, I do see a very strong RGB effect going on, especially in the edges. And yeah, they do like adding a bunch of like lighting, sort of sparkle, flashy effects in the end. So I think this is from their booth. I do like it. I wish I could buy one. And I'm pretty sure you know which one I'm buying. All right, look at this. Let me just zoom in on this one a little bit. Right? Oh, they do have some texture. It's kind of like a noise texture or paper texture added in the end, but that's pretty much it. Everything is sort of just flat. If you look at their line work, it's not like a black line. It's there, but there is some color. Kind of, it's one of those line works where it's the color of that line is associated with the color that's close to it. So if you look at the hair, it's a bit sort of bluish gray. If you look at the jacket, it's like a dark blue, right? For the most part. But the line work is not even that apparent. Maybe in the hair, but you start kind of losing it when it comes to the jacket. Like the most like apparent lines in the coat is the let me just show you. Can I show you? Let me just try showing you. I'm gonna have to zoom in though. Let me just do this. And I'm gonna click my pen here. Is it working? Oh no. This? If you look at other parts, it's almost not even there. And again, if you look at the line work, it's blue. So it's associated again with the blue jacket. So it's not like a very bold sort of black line work. Right? This sort of a Terminator line thing or core shadow for those of you who do like charcoal drawings or graphite drawings. Even here in the hair. Look at how the shadow, it's usually I would mistake it or I would use it like a gray, but they just make it like a skin tone color. And then they add this even darker, like, is it pink or red? To indicate that like core shadow or Terminator line. But again, it's very close to the color of the skin, even the way the chin here. Look at how it's darker here in the silhouette, but it's lighter as you go further or as you go inside like the main silhouette. Basically the lines outside tend to be a bit more, if not thicker, more darker. And the lines within, like the silhouette, tend to be more lighter / thinner. So let me just turn this off. There you go. Look at that. This one's nice too. I do like how artists can, especially when something is being foreshortened. And in this case, it's gonna be the hand. Although I do see it being blurred a bit. I like it. Even though it's close to you, what the first thing you actually look at is the face of the character. Um, so I guess that's useful if, yeah, you want something to be foreshortened, you want something to sort of reach out to you or to the audience, but you don't necessarily want that thing to be the main issue. So you just blur that thing. In this case, it's gonna be the hand, and then you focus, or you don't blur the. In this case, it's gonna be the face. Lots of effects added later on, but again, if you look at the way it's painted, it's hardly no texture at all. Lots of flats, lots of value variation going on, and the shapes. Whether it's the face, the horns, even the way the hand is done, and even just going back to like the fashion or the attire, the physique. Again, the hands, like the body, the torso, the feet. Kind of like this one. Look at that. Oh my god. This one's kind of like some kind of succubus. I can see the wings in the back. I'm not sure if it's like a costume. Oh my god. Look at them reaching out to you. Oh, I guess it's the same character because I can see like the red horn. Interesting. Is this them? I'm not sure if they're the artists themselves or if someone is cosplaying as one of the characters. It looks like it's them, maybe. Regardless, it's awesome. So there you go. So this one's the digital version. Oh, you see way more colors here. Look at that. Oh, it's like something is about to be shown with this one. The only one that has really texture, I think I mentioned this, the background with the palm trees, but if you look at the water effects, yeah, it has some texture, but the actual like body. Oh, and the swimsuit does have a little bit of like the graphical texture, right? But the physique itself it's just a bunch of hard versus like soft edges. Oh, they're even able. Oh, wow, they were even able. Let me just zoom in here. Oh, let me just maybe I can do this. Oh, sorry, I'll try this. I'll try to open it. Okay, oh my, it's slow. Oh, there you go. Oh wow, look at the tan lines over here. Let me just show you because I have to show you. Look at that a little bit. I think that's the only part there. Like everything here is a bit lighter because you can tell like she's wearing like a full body swimsuit usually, so it's just her arms and legs that are being tanned. But in this case, for this special occasion, I guess, like you can see her actual like skin color being a bit pale. Look at that. That's so cool. It kind of makes sense if they're on the beach. Like it shows you that this character likes to go out a lot, spend time in the sun. So let me just go back here. I was enjoying that a bit too much. Oh, we do have some mechas. Oh, it's the same ones. Can I open? Ooh, look at that. Interesting. So here we see the sketch. So I think the thing in the background is like a photograph. But look at how they were able to define pretty much everything, the composition, the characters in this stage, and then everything else is just like refining it to this level. Yeah. And the line work, if there is line work, it's not like super textured. It's rather clean, but I do like the shapes. They're super like wild and dynamic. Oh, look at this. Oh my god. So in this case, they have like mecha arms or something. Look at that. And the foreshortening in this case of this mechanical arm looks great. So let me just, oh, here we have like a process shot. So here was the initial sketch. And then the full thing. Look at that. This would probably take some time, obviously, but I think once you're confident with your like base drawing, determining like the proportions, the line work, the rough line work anyway, like the general color scheme, the moment you like jump in, it's gonna, I guess, be way more fun because you've already like determined like the major issues or fix them. So you're not really worried about encountering as much or as many problems when you're in this stage. You just sort of like lock in. Oh, I do like the fat. But we do have the full version here. Do you see this part right here? The fat. Oh my god. You know, it took me a while to be a thigh guy, but you know, I did make it. So there you go. Like, oh, I like this one too. Look at how the shapes are so simplified. Like it's not anatomically realistic. It's based on reality, sure, but you know what? Maybe I'll just zoom in here, or I'll just let me just draw it again. Oh my god! Right? It's like this, and then like this, and then like this. Like, do you see how like chunky it is? Chunky? Can I say that? Chunky? Chunky? Oh, that just sounds like that looks different. I'm sorry, brothers or sisters, but yeah, I do like the way things are simplified here, but it's still like attractive. And the eyes look great too. Look at that. Okay, so yeah, I guess that's it for this art review. Oh, let me just say this one. Oh, it's the same one horned. I'm not even sure if that's a real horn. Maybe they're sort of augmented, or perhaps it's a fashion thing. Again, always look at my recommendation is to look at how an artist does the face. Number one, that's the most obvious one, but also how the hands are done, how they're able to simplify it. Because there are hands that look kind of mid, but there are like look for simplification, like how they simplify the hands, but also like how pretty those hands can be. Because you can tell a lot of like story with like the hands. Obviously the facial expressions, but that's so obvious. But the hands can say a little bit more or can add more to the story. Oh wow. Even the hair looks so compositionally interesting. But yeah, that's it for this art. Ooh, it's the same one but different. I think it's a print. Look at how good that looks printed. Yeah, even like the shadows, the lighting, it's all like a bunch of like triangles and squares, right? Keeping it simple, but you keep adding those shapes, they're gonna look more and more complex. So I guess shape. Oh wow, let me just. Oh no. Oh, this one's kind of nice too. There you. Oh, she just fell. Oh no, I'm such a klutz. Let me do. Is this blue archive again? I think so. Look at that. Oh, it's just about to slip out. Naughty. Okay, this one is the same characters or from the same sort of world, I guess. Really, I mean, again, just look, step back, look at the shapes, look at how interesting it looks. Very dynamic, right? If you have good composition, everything is just gonna work together, even without as much texture. Even if there's no background, it just works. So yeah, I think this is the Blue Archive. Correct me if I'm wrong. This one. Oh, we've seen this one, or have we? Is it the same one? Let me just zoom in. I think Nika is a game. Anyway, look at this. Oh no, they cut. Oh, why would you cut it off? But hey, there's more to look at here. Oh, very undemure. So they're kind of. Oh, what's going on here? Are they flirting or something? Look at. Oh, come on, it's too outward. I mean, but you know, it's not a real complaint. But again, look at the hands. Look at how they're simplified, right? And the line work is not like line work. It almost seems like it was painted in. Oh, I love the fat here, how it's being like pinched out or squished out, because they're wearing some kind of like a strap for maybe a gun or something. I love the butterflies. They help you cover stuff or flowers. Excuse me. But look, I do see. If you look at the corners, there's an RGB shift effect. Look at that. And I do see a little bit of a noise texture added in the end. It just helps ties everything together. So maybe that's the only texture they really have. It's usually like a noise texture added in the end. And yeah, I do like the lighting. There's a bit of a glow to it. Maybe they're using a little bit of like color dodge or something. Look at the way the lighting is being casted on the body, right? You can see it in the hair, like these sorts of like, because there are like leaves right from the trees on top. I like how they're being sort of like suggested in, like the skin, the clothes. It just makes it more realistic or more alive, right? Come on. Oh my. Oh, okay. So I guess that's it for this RGB. Let me just go back to the page. There you go. Yeah, so check out the work of Harui. And they do have a Pixiv, I guess, and they have like a bunch of, I'm not even sure where these are, but you can check them out. Yeah, so that's it for this art review of Harui. So I will end the video here, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!